lunch all for the day. Though we have to shorten time and still deliver what we have to deliver. Please, wherever you are upstairs, please come back and come downstairs. Those of you outside, if you can hear me, please come inside. Taking photos, please come inside. You can do that later after we've rounded off. Please.
Please, if you're inside already, fill up the seat in front of you. If there's nothing on that seat, just fill it up. So when they come in, they will stay behind. That's the benefit of listening and coming inside when you were told to come in, right? So please fill up the seat in front of you. Thank you so much.
Please, we have just 2 minutes, 1 minute more. A minute more, please. If you're in front, please come back and come and take your seats. Wherever you were, please come back and take your seat. If you're behind, please make sure you push forward. We have resourceful persons here.
Also, if you have a business pitch, a business idea that you want to pitch, if you have a business idea that you want to pitch, and of course, when you pitch your idea, we assure you that people are going to sponsor your idea, but then again, you have to pitch it, and we have to like it, and we have to buy the idea. So if you have a business idea that you are interested to pitch, please, you can just step outside and write down your name with the people at the registration point, and then once it's time, we'll call you up to pitch your idea, right?
Yes, yes.
Does anyone have a business idea here? Can I see you two like this?
Do you have any?
You can just step outside, write your name, and please come back.
And please don't. Please, if you're outside, please come inside. So the next speaker can get started already. Please, you guys should come forward. Please, please, and please come forward. Please come forward. Please, those of you taking photos, your camera no go spoil if you come inside, I beg. Please come in so we can begin. We don't have much time. The weather is becoming unfriendly, and we have people been keeping waiting already. Please quickly come in so we can begin this event properly, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome once again to Tech Flock 2022. Please put that together for yourselves, please. All right, if you've gained anything so far, if you've learned anything so far, can you clap for everybody who has spoken here? Okay, quickly we're calling up the very next speaker. He is a business developer. He is a digital talent development expert and the founder of Upskill Network. He is also active in driving social change and digital economic inclusion through social impact and community outreach, such as Imo Startup Weekend. We have the Shield Initiative. We have the Dignified Womanhood Platform. We also have the Bedrock Initiative. We have the Teachers Parent Summit. We have the TDX Ikenebu. We have the Pink Project. We have the GED Project. And to mention but a few. This next speaker is an stout person, someone of reputable reputation. He is here present with us to give us the package that he has for us. So please, if your hands are not busy, I'd like you to put those hands together as I invite up our next speaker, none other than Philip Everest. Are you clapping for him? Please clap for him as he comes up. Please clap for him. You're welcome, sir.
Hello, Abia State. Hello, Umuahia. Hello, how you all doing? Okay, you're looking like you've been through so many sessions already, and I can see the tiredness on your faces. My name is Philip Everest, and my job here is very simple. Please confirm you can all hear me from there. Can you hear me from there? Thank you. Thank you. So, a lot has been happening recently since 2015, 2016. Nigeria, for the first time in a very long time, was awoken to what we can call an economic revolution. You know, what you call the ICT boom. Just about recently, a research concluded by an institution called International Financial Corporation stipulates that Nigeria is in a vintage position of reaping the benefits of a fast-growing digital economy. We're talking about in the year 2030 that there will be job opportunities estimated at up to 210 million new jobs requiring digital skills, creating value worth $150 billion. Now, before now, several people have been talking about digital economy. People have been talking about the global landscape of, the world becoming a global village. It used to be like a rumor, like some kind of story. But living in Nigeria today has awoken us to the reality that a whole lot has changed. My parents, your parents, and some of our parents lived in a world where you graduate from the university, your certificate was worth a job. But today, graduating from the university, I believe Abia State alone graduates not less than 15,000 young people every year. And I'm not sure that the state creates a job of up to 5,000 new jobs every year to absorb the over 15,000 graduates. The same applies to every state in Nigeria. But those things have changed. I want to talk to you today about what we call building right. Do you hear what I said? Building right. A lot of people have talked about the opportunities in tech. I'm not going to be talking about opportunities in tech. Are there folks here who want to build a startup or who are already building a startup? Those are the people I want to talk to. And for those of you who have interest in tech, I also want to talk to you. So the space we are operating in requires that we build more local startups that can create systems that will sustain the kind of talent we have in Africa. If we don't build those local startups that will make enough money to attract and retain talent, our economy will experience what is called brain drain. Brain drain implies that the best of talent we have would have to exit this country or this economy, or better still, focus on international clients, thereby providing their talent and services to foreign-based companies, leaving us more impoverished and underdeveloped. That means that the digital boom we're experiencing, the tech expansion and integration, so many of us are, so many of our states are experiencing right now, would only create what is called a vibrant tech labor market that will not produce or create solutions that are beneficial to the local economy. And what happens when we produce something that we don't consume will leave our own environment more devastated than ever. I don't want to speak very too much English. I just want you to understand the need for building local startups, local solutions that solves local problems. Why is this so important? Permit me, I'm just going to drop this thing a little bit. Before we talk about building local startups, there's what we call what I could tag the gold rush. Over the years, especially the youth, we have been so clouded with a mindset, a philosophy of easy cash out. And that is why we have been a victim of several Ponzi schemes. Most of us who engage in tech is because we've heard that tech offers a new opportunity that allows you to make money very quickly. And those of us who can't do tech are doing Yahoo in quotes. Now, that addresses a societal problem or a systemic problem that is driven by a culture developed by our forefathers who saw the oil boom as an opportunity to, embrace paper money instead of building sustainable wealth. Now, young people, most youths of today, we have failed to understand the structural system that governs wealth creation. So we are more interested in how much am I to earn today. We don't do 5 years plan. We don't do 10 years plan. So that is why this culture has also penetrated into the startup space. Instead of us building businesses that solve problems and taking those solutions to the market to validate them and create a sustainable business with it, we build prototypes that will sell to investors, which is not bad on itself. But what that does is that we'll spend the energy and the little time and resources we'll have in chasing money from investors' pocket without necessarily solving local problems. I want to help us understand that if we are going to reinvent a new economic framework that is sustainable, that creates products that have global relevance, then we should start thinking solutions that are usable. We should start readjusting our interest and passion for money to value. Now, why is this very important? I said earlier that whether or not the government likes it, I saw some of us talking about government creating an enable environment. Well, unfortunately, the Nigeria we have at the moment does not promise us anything regarding structural transformation. So it is a system that you have to create your own environment and plan with it. Anything you're developing or designing that is not dependent on you or that is not workable within the factors that are controllable by you, then you probably will not succeed with it. I'm going to talk about some of those shortly. So, but the fact we need to understand is, if we do not now start creating startups that solve local problems, we will not have enough room to build the future that we all dream about in the nearest future. But before we can talk about building local product or building for ourselves, how many of us really understand what startup is? It has become a vibe, it has become something popular. Everybody who is building a business now wants to identify with startup. They tell you, I'm building a startup. So we now have more CEOs than we have products. We have people who are pitching on every platform looking for grants and money than we have products that are usable that is in the market. Now, if we can have just few persons in this hall today who will resolve from today to build a product, no matter how simple and basic, that is usable and sustainable, then we would have achieved a huge success in TechFlock 2022. So first of all, what is a startup? Anybody? Okay, because of time, a startup is not necessarily a company, but a business model that is built on three very fundamental principles. One is scalability. Two is profitability with lower marginal cost. I'm going to explain this, don't worry. Three is innovation. If I will restructure it, I will tell you, startup is not a company necessarily. It is a business model that is built based on three fundamental principles: innovation, scalability, and profitability with lower marginal cost. These three factors are very fundamental to startup business development across anywhere in the world. And if you understand this principle, no matter what your idea is, it is only a matter of time you're going to build a product that people can buy and patronize over time. What is innovative? Under innovation, you're looking at the idea or product or solution you're creating has to be something that improves on already existing system or create an entirely new product that replaces what is already existing in an already existing industry. That is to say, startup business or products are not entirely distinct from the society. The startup space do not solve problems that are abstract. The product are derived from basic user experiences, problems that people are facing within the society. That is what informs startup business development. So somebody experienced difficulty locating Opera Square, and you're asking, is there any way we can eliminate that problem? That is innovation. What solution is already existing? And what are the deficiencies of that system? So identifying a problem is not enough. You must ask the question, is there any opportunity in this problem? Is there any opportunity in this problem? And then asking that question, you must be able to figure out this opportunity. Can I create a product that is sellable with it? So startup entrepreneurs are, first of all, folks who sees a problem, identifies an opportunity within that problem, and they go ahead to create what we call an MVP, which is minimum viable product. And by the way, minimum viable product is the basic functional version of that thing you want to build. And what is the purpose of an MVP? To hurriedly take that idea to the market for the purpose of validation. Hence, until a particular concept, idea, or product is validated by the market, you don't have a product. We're not talking about a business yet. So startup entrepreneurs do not stop at imagination. You don't sit at home and imagine, okay, I'm going to build something that's going to fly in the air and people are going to love it. Well, you do that and it will fail drastically. But it has to be based on people's interactions. You are living in an environment. That is why every startup that you've seen that succeeded actually have a story that connects to the problem they are solving. An experience they had. Interact with the founders, you realize that they most times have first-hand experience. They have first-time experience of that particular problem they are solving. So they don't imagine something abstract. So can you now imagine how many times you've encountered certain the issues or problems, whether school, most of us as students today, we've been at home for over 4 months, and we're waiting for school to open so that we resume back to the system that has failed us over and over. Yet we have startups. How many of us are thinking to get the universities out of business? We've so sat and relaxed and enjoyed this ASU festival for getting to a decade now, and nobody is thinking of getting ASU, the universities, and the government out of business. Who told you that you cannot build a product that will allow everybody to acquire university degrees without going to the school halls? Who told you you have to study for 4 years or 6 years before you be relevant to work in a typical work environment? That is, by the way, let me not pour aggression, but I'm just giving you us clues. So remember where we come from. I said the startup space or the startup industry or the startup concept is not necessarily a company. It is primarily a business model. So any institution or system or business, in quotes, that does not operate on these 3 fundamental models or principles cannot be called a startup. What are those principles again? It must be built on innovation, which means it is creating a system that improves what is already existing or is replacing systems that are not working. 2, it must be scalable. That is, it must be integrated with a system like technology to allow more people to have access to it within the shortest possible time. 3 is that it must be profitable with lower marginal cost. What is lower marginal cost? That is to say, you do not have to pay equivalent extra money to have another person use the product. That is to say, the more the customers in your system, the lesser the cost of production. A typical example I can use is Flutterwave and GIG. Flutterwave can be called a startup because it operates on these 3 models. GIG cannot be called a startup. Why? Because for GIG to transport additional, say, 20 passengers from Umuahia to Owerri, it has to provide a bus, a driver, and make provision for fuel for the car. That is additional cost of production. But for Flutterwave to have additional 20 persons in her customer base, it definitely doesn't have to spend any additional cost. That is scale. Sorry, that is profitability with lesser marginal cost. So if it took Flutterwave 6 million to build the system and took GIG 6 million to get the first car to start the transportation company, if Flutterwave has currently, say, 10 customers, the cost of production for Flutterwave can be considered as 600,000 naira. All right? Now, the more customers or users Flutterwave has in her platform, the lesser the marginal cost gets. That is to say, a time will come when Flutterwave has, say, 1 million users. Divide 1 million by 6 million, you see that the marginal costs have dropped so drastically. That is what profitability with lesser marginal cost means. Now, scalability means that Flutterwave can be able to, anybody anywhere in the world can be able to jump on the platform and use the service without it crashing down. But the same thing cannot be applied to GIG. It's not enough to have an ecosystem where there are so many talents. If we don't create products that will become businesses, that will employ the talent we have, try to discover if there is an opportunity in that problem. And they quickly try to validate that solution by creating an MVP, which is a minimum viable product, the least functional version of that product. And they don't take it to investors, they take it to real markets. What is the purpose? To have a real-time validation of whether or not that product will succeed. Until your product has been taken to the market, you don't have a business to answer a CEO for. Until you have people who have paid for that product, sir, you've not built anything. So let's stop getting excited. Okay? So focus on getting real market data. That is priority. If somebody have bought your product, then you have a product that is worthwhile. So what do you think? You now come back, get user feedback, improve, and bring back to the market. Now, if the market have told you that your product is worthwhile, what do? You now build a business around it. What is a business or a company? A company is a system that is designed to sustain the product that you have developed. Does it make sense? So very fundamental. Now, I want to debunk few myths that will help us understand something. And I want to give an illustration with just two markets that we are already exposed to, that most of us are not thinking. You know, I may be nagging, but the question is, why would a startup in Omaha be building a blockchain crypto platform where manufacturers in our bar are struggling to sell their product to global markets? Now, it's not a bad thing to build a crypto platform, but the question is, what is the connection? What built Silicon Valley wasn't their build. They were not building foreign product. Mark Zuckerberg was building a system that will allow his fellow university students to connect with each other. There has to be a connection with what you are building to your immediate environment. In this part of the world, we rather complain about things than create a system around them. Tech has empowered us to build solutions that disrupt markets. So let's stop getting too excited with the buzz of crypto and blockchain. Those are beautiful stuff. But let's understand there are local businesses around that are struggling to make sales. The internet has provided us with the biggest market there is. How many local businesses around us are exploring this opportunity? Do you know that can be a business startup? Do you know you can put as many businesses in Omaha on the internet? There are manufacturers in Aba. Statistics has it, research from I think Daily Trust has it that Aba market, the what do you call it now? The shoe industry, okay, is generating revenue worth 144 billion naira every year. These guys have over 80,000 shoe manufacturers who are working and selling their product every day. Do you know how big that market is? Have you ever tried to buy things in Onitsha? The time it takes, the struggle, the traffic. That market is worth $4.3 billion. That's how much they generate every year. With several traders looking to sell their product across the world. That can be a product you can create and transform our world. So in summary, when you think of building a product, when you think of startup, don't think of blockchain. Don't think of new Facebook. Think of the local trader in your streets. Think of your fellow classmates. Think of ASUS Prime. Think of the bad governance. Start building products that solve our problem. Let's use your product first, and let's make it usable for the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Please clap for him once again. It's not easy. Clap for him once again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting further time, we really do have time on our side. And that was really an impactful one. But thereafter, we have to move on and on and on. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next person I'm about to introduce is someone who doesn't need further introduction because his personality speaks of himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I invite up on stage Mr. Sonny Ebek as he comes up to take his lecture, sir. You're welcome, sir. Please keep clapping, he's coming up. He's elderly enough, so his wealth of experience will do us a lot of good. He's well experienced and it will do us a lot of good. Please clap for him, he's coming.
I think I wish to skip. I'm not really skipping. I'm respecting the previous protocol before I came. I think I still respect it. Like the program says, I don't have much time. But first of all, I wish to appreciate the organizers of this program and even the previous one I attended. If not for anything, that concept, that myth that the youths have nothing to offer, they have plenty to offer. I'm talking of Mr. Thank God Maduka. I think Emmanuel Izuchukwu, and all of you that have been able to come here. And I wish to declare that all of you that have been able to come here and will always be coming, you will miss your El Dorado and you go beyond your El Dorado in Jesus' mighty name. My good brothers and sisters, the youths have plenty to offer. I understand that there is an ongoing kind of revolution. I don't want to mention it because it's not a political forum. But I want to remind you of the NSAS. I want to remind you of the Arab Spring. All these were, manipulated by the youth of this country. I wish to remind you too of the Zikis movement, led by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe during the colonial era, and which later metamorphosed to the NCNC. It was the youths that were behind him, and he got to that height. My good brothers and sisters, I was with somebody who were traveling from Makurdi to Abuja, and we had a stopover. There was a breakdown. And we got talking. Some two guys came up from the farm. They were coming back from the farm. Behold, they were graduates. Though they are students in the nearby university. And that was their village. And we came to the conclusion that if the youths, wherever they are, can always organize themselves into cooperative, just like it's happening now, we are not likely to have issues of unemployment. At least the government can come to their aid, cooperative, doctors, lawyers, architects and all that. And from there, contracts can be offered and the rest can go on. The topic actually has to do with the value system of youths. But before I go into that, who is your icon? We are talking of the Nnamdi Azikiwe, Lazi Kweme, a lot of them, Pa Mike Nwachukwu and what have you. You should have an icon. You should have somebody, some persons, some role models that you look up to. So when we talk of values, we are talking of the values of your kind of behavior. We don't want to go into too much of academic talk. That is in terms of philosophy. We are talking of ethics. We are talking of norms. We are talking of virtues. We are talking of how you behave. We are talking of etiquette. We are talking of courage. We are talking of accountability, time consciousness, timeliness. That's what it entails in values. Since I don't want to elaborate more on that, I want to just pick on passion, decorum, and etiquette. I was quite passion. I got afraid. I said, these computer guys, I mean, they don't. That I think today I still have something to offer. My brothers and sisters, what's passion? My own concept of passion, we're not talking of passion powder. We're not talking of passion perfume. We're talking of love, interest. The kind of love you have for your wife, the kind of love you have for your husband, the kind of love you have for your parents. You have come out here today because of the passion you have for the up-knob, what do you call it now, tech flop, the tech community, developers community. I'm sure that's why you are here. And with that passion, you can go anywhere. It can lead to anywhere. When I was contacted to come to the initial program, and even this one, I wasn't looking at the whatever thing that I would gain from it. It's my passion of public speaking. Of trying to educate people with my little experience. So with your passion, like I heard somebody say, don't look at money first. Don't think about money at all. Try to know, try to learn, try to know what you are doing, try to know the norms, the ethics of the profession, the do's and don'ts, the rules and regulations. That's where you can get to anywhere you are getting to. The kind of jobs we are doing is out of passion. It's not that one of them branch some other place. But if you have passion for your education, for your profession, there's no way you cannot get to in Jesus' name. My good brothers and sisters, I wish to talk about decorum. When we talk of decorum, is decency. You don't come to the crowd like this and start shouting. You don't come to a place and start misbehaving. You try to comport yourself. You try to put yourself together. These days they call it what? Packaging. You try to package yourself. You try to be in a mood where you cannot be insulted. Decorum at any time, at any point in time, whether you go to the club, whether you are in a party, whether you are in school, whether you are in the office, you should have decorum. I'm trying to lead you somewhere. We'll get there. The other one is etiquette. I don't know if we still know that there are things called cutlery. Do we still remember there's a cutlery? Do you know that there are some restaurants you go, you can't eat with your hands, with your fingers? There are some parties you attend, they give you cutlery. But my good brothers and sisters, if you can't use it, tell the chef, tell your host, please, my own, you know what I mean, my own hand, so that you don't embarrass yourself. But etiquette too, don't do what Fela calls chop and quench. Go there, eat the little you can eat, drink the little you can drink. Don't do ACB, that's any cold beer. Just take the little you can be. For you ladies, don't go there, they give you the menu, you are looking for the most expensive item on the menu. We know of somebody, after picking, she threw up. So my good brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, etiquette is very important. Decency, decorum. And like we are talking of passion, I want to talk of belief. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in what you are doing? Do you have that confidence? Is that zeal in you? Is that patriotism in you? I want to tell you a story. You remember Enugu Rangers, when you were Enugu Rangers before they became Enugu Rangers International? There was that passion in them. There was that patriotism. What's happening today? Enugu Rangers, in those days, won the league, the Challenge Cup, Cup Winners' Cup, back to back. But these days, no passion, no patriotism. The Igbo cause have been defeated as far as Rangers International is concerned. So as I was talking of belief, you say you want to travel. Why do you want to travel? Have you looked at your environment? Have you exhausted all the opportunities around you? Is it because Okechukwu came back from Malaysia with some little money and you said, Lai, I must go the other way? That should not be the something. You travel because you want to improve yourself. You travel because you want to gain more education. You want to gain more exposure. Not just because of money first. You're not the first person that will travel. The slave trade, I told you at that time, brain drain, somebody mentioned it here. There are lots of risks involved in traveling, especially when you are going to an unknown land. The culture, the tradition, the language, all those things are likely to affect you. Do you know the country? Do you have anybody there? Do you know their rules and regulations? Do they have scholarships? Do they have employment opportunities? It's not just going out. It's not just making a hype that, yeah, me say if I did. No. We know of many people that have been there and they can't come back. Somebody followed his wife to the UK, to the US. He was a level 10 officer. I'll tell you today, he's hawking meat pie or what you call hot dog in the cities of America. Because he didn't study the wife, you know the wife, and you know the laws concerning matrimony in Europe. When he got there, the madam became the husband and he became the wife. He can't even come back, he can't stay, he can't come back. My brothers and sisters, he's hawking. So we should know what we are going to do. And what is your means of traveling? Are you traveling legally or you are traveling illegally? Illegal routes are all over the place. In Nigeria, we have over 1,000. Even in Akwa Ibom here, you can get to Spain from Akwa Ibom. In case you don't know, from Oron, from Calabar, you can get to Spain, you can get to Equatorial Guinea, you can go there. You can acquire some other passport somewhere, which is not good. But what you are saying is that travel legally. I told you the other time about the Malale catastrophe in the city of Marrakesh, Royal Kingdom of Morocco. Over 200 people died. Most of them are Nigerians, youths, because they went through rickety boats and what have you. There's what we call stowaway. That is, you get into an aircraft illegally, without tickets, without that. If it's a ship, you just throw into the lagoon. My good brothers and sisters, there are passports, there are visas. What's a passport? I told you the other time. It's a means of identification coming from another country. Visa is the authority from another country given to a citizen of another country to visit his own country. There are different forms of visas. Maybe during the question and answer session, we should elaborate more on all that. What I'm trying to say that even if you go for a visa and he don't give you, don't bother yourself. As Ikwe said, no condition is permanent. And in the scriptures, you hear what they say. Knock, knock, I shall be open. I'm not a pastor. Seek and you shall find. Continue. Don't throw away your passport because you're not getting a visa. There are different passports. Like I told you, there are ways of getting a passport. But try and get your, what do you call it, your name. If your name is there, validate it and start the process. I don't want to go too long. I'll prefer the question and answer session. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was a wonderful one. Daddy took us on our way. Wow.
Thank you.
Can you use cutlery here? Can you use it? You, we cap. You cannot.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for Mr.
Please clap once again.
Again. Thank you, sir. That was more like an instructive section, right? Thank you. Okay, so moving on to our next speaker. He's a priest, a trained geologist, a dynamic speaker, a leadership and management consultant, a certified business administrator, a researcher and data analyst, an inspirational writer, an influencer, a humanitarian, and a man who's intentional about changing and redefining narratives for better. He's married to a very supportive, loving woman, Mrs. Bliss Eko Obioma Chisimdi, a trained psychologist and a marriage counselor. Together, their union is blessed with 2 amazing sons. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we make welcome Pastor Divine Emole. Put your hands together for him, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How has it been? All right, so help me ask your neighbor, how has it been? Get a response from that person too. All right. It's a privilege for me to be here this afternoon just to be a part of what's happening here. I want to stand on the existing protocol and just communicate in a couple of minutes my thoughts. How many minutes? Okay, I'll do 12. All right. The future of work. We live in an environment where the in thing, I'm talking about our immediate environment, where the in thing is jobs. The truth is, very soon, most of the jobs most people are doing right now will no longer be there. Machines will take over jobs. So we are not talking about jobs here. We are talking about work. So is there a difference between a job and work? In as much as the both of them are interchangeably used. But is there a difference? Yes, there is. And the difference is based on the attitude. I want you to pay attention in this little time that I have. What's the difference between a job and work? A wise man said that JOB is an acronym that simply connotes just over broke. JOB. I tried to check out the meaning of jobs. A lot of things came up. But to summarize everything in summary, a job is what you do for a pay. A job is what you do for a pay. So the aim of a job is to be paid. What is work? Work is that which you do to create something, to achieve something, or to provide value. Work is that which you do to create something, to achieve something, or to create value. A lot of people go out every Monday. Okay, southeastern Nigeria, Mondays are shut down. So a lot of people go out from Tuesday to Saturday, not to work, but because they have a job. Sitting down in this auditorium are two different kinds of people. People that have jobs and people that are working. So the question now is, are you providing value? Are you creating something? Or do you just wake up in the morning because at the end of the month, at the end of the week, at the end of the day, there is payment to be made? That question you have to answer it for yourself. Let me move into the next thing. Wealth creation
can never be attained doing a job. There is nobody in this place. I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about wealth. On the cadre of wealth, money is actually at the lowest peak, at the lowest part. So, wealth creation, you can hardly create wealth working for a job to be paid. The symbol for wealth in the Aramaic and in the Hebrew is your hands and your feet. Your hands and your feet. Your hands represents creation, production. Your feet talks about transportation or conveyance. Let me say it again. Your hand connotes production. So, sir, if you want to make money, you are either a producer or a conveyor of products. The richest sect of people, let me call them nation on the face of the earth, are the Jews. The greatest producers that have won different awards are Jews. Every producer will always have wealth. The second richest nation on the earth are the Igbos. The Igbos are conveyors. An Igbo man, we go to the producer and pick what is produced and go to the people that need it and give it to them. So that's why an Igbo man will go to China and get products and go to somewhere that is not even his country, let's say Gabon, and sell your hand and your feet. Now, talking about producer, I'll come to conveyors later. Maybe I'll wind up with that. Talking about producers, is either you are an innovative, you are an inventive, or you are a creative. It's either you are an inventive, we call them inventors, innovators, or creators. Who are inventors? Inventors are people that think out products that it looks like they came literally out of nothing. Out of nothing. So they invent things. Thomas Edison, an inventor, invent things. I would have given more examples, but I don't have time. Remember, I have 12 minutes. Who is an innovator? An innovator is one that picks what has been created before and turns it into another form that it might meet more needs and solve more problems. It will have more looks, meet more needs, and solve more problems. So an innovator picked the old fan, the old wall fan, and picked the new ox fan and used the both of them to create what you see right here. The old wall fan doesn't have the reach of this fan. The new ox fan doesn't have the dexterity to stay up there. So he has to pick that and this to make this. That's an innovator. A creative is one that picks what an inventor has in his mind and makes it a reality. So to be a producer, you are either an inventor, you're either an innovator, or you are a creator. Now, there is a second part that is like the bridge between producers and conveyors. It is, and that bridge is in short supply in our days. That bridge is the manager. The producer most people that are producers don't have what it takes to finish. So what they do is that they are churning out ideas. They're just releasing ideas, churning out ideas, releasing ideas, churning out. So now he needs an administrator or a manager, someone that has managerial skills, to move what is produced to its finished product, making it available for the conveyor to take it to the consumer. Let me say it again. The manager picks what has been produced, what has been invented, make sure that it becomes a finished product, making it available for the conveyor to move it from where it is to the consumer. Let's look at the Bible. Joseph was not a producer, but he was a manager, making sure that there's finished products. It's either it is conveyed to the people or the people come for it, but there's a finished product. Steve Jobs has a Tim Cook. There is a Tim. Who is a Tim Cook? A Tim Cook is one that takes what Steve Jobs has produced in his head and makes sure that every process to the detail is followed until it becomes an iPhone 10. A MacBook OXX version 10.15. Now, he makes sure that he gets to that end product before the conveyor moves it. I want to talk to a lot of us here. They have told us that you need to be a producer only for you to make money. Let me tell you the truth. Producers are looking for managers. Brush yourself up. And manage people. There are millionaires, producers that are looking for managers. Now, everything is tech right now. Everything is tech. All right. Now, there are producers that write codes, that write programs, that do a lot. There are managers that make sure, I will say, that people that create antiviruses are actually managers. That there are people that sell. Do you know how much Konga makes in a month? You know how much Jumia makes in a month? Amazon. They don't produce nothing. All they do is that they wait for the finished product and they sell. Take for example, my people went to buy a blower. A blower. The blower, they bought it at Umaya here at 7,000 naira. That blower is being sold on Jumia for 11,500 outside shipment. The person that bought it in Umaya here probably went to Onisha or went to Aba or went to Lagos or maybe imported it. And let's say that I have sold before. I still sell. Things are not bought, things are sold. Write it somewhere. Things are not bought. You didn't buy something, they sold it to you. There's no occupation that is called a buyer. We have sellers. People are in sales, so things are sold. Okay, that's an aside. How many minutes do I have? 5 minutes. Oh, that's a lot of time. Okay, so the man probably went to Lagos and let's say cost price, everything, plus minus, encumbrances, everything, 5,000 naira, 5,500. He has a shop. He pays for a shop. He has maybe salespeople that sell for him. He pays local government. He pays business premises. Pays retail benefit. He pays ASEPA. He makes 2,500 from one work. Jumia has no shop. Jumia does not buy. So Jumia has no stock. Jumia sells from cost price. So Jumia sells from 5,000 naira and he sells 11,500. Jumia has systems. You're in tech. I want you to pick where you are. It's either you're a producer, you're a manager, or you're a conveyor. You must not be a producer. Everyone is not a producer. I heard my brother talking about CEOs. People that have sales companies are also CEOs. So you can sell what you don't even know where it was produced. As long as the edge remains, sales will be there. Production will be there. Managerial skills will be there. You want to get a job in the bank? I want to tell you, in the next 10 years, max in Nigeria, machines will do your job. You want to get a job in a gas station? Max 10 years. This is not a political environment. If we get the right president, 10 years, you walk into a gas station on your own and machines will attend to you. I know you want to be an accountant, but let me just tell you beforehand that there are softwares that do more accounting than accountants, chartered accountants, because they are machines. But that which you can do with your mind cannot be replaced by another machine. No machine can sell for you. No machine can manage for you. No machine can create. I don't know the things that have been said, but I know that you've been bombarded with a lot of information. But this evening, I came to tell you to pick where you belong. Don't just come here and get excited. In the next 1 year, I'm going to be a producer. This is what I'm going to. In the next 1 year, I'm going to beef up my managerial skills, and I will be one of the hottest managers around the environment. In the next 1 year, I'm going to be a salesperson, not walking around hawking things, but with my system, I can do stuff. I can write programs that we sell. I can write programs that we manage. I will write programs that we create. I will pick things from inventors and I will make them reality. Choose where you belong. I just came to ask you a question. What do you want to do? A job, or do you want to work? Thank you very much.
That was amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing. Wow. 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 That was amazing. That was amazing. Please, one more time. Can you appreciate Daddy? Please, one more time. One more time. And just so you know, yes, just so you know, in the next 10 years, this club where you declare, the machine will declare for you. Even you, cameraman. The man will stop for that. All right, continue.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir, for that session. Thank you very much.
I'm grateful, sir.
You see how we told him, how many minutes? 15 minutes, and he said you will use 12.
12. And he kept the time. And he kept the time.
So So, thank you, sir. All right, so at this point, we'll have a business idea pitch, and we have a few persons who have business ideas that they would love to pitch here. So please join me and welcome Michael Hosea. Put your hands together for him.
Michael.
George Chikeze Obona Ohakwe. Please come up. When you hear your name, just come up here.
And if you have questions too from all the speakers.
Sandra Onoha, Obona Alex, Ano Stephen, Norma Chinagorom. Please put your hands together for them as they come out. And to moderate this session is Mr. Hyginus Ikwanusi. Put your hands together for him too, please.
Please clap for them.
If your name is here, Michael Hosea, George Chikeze, Obona Hakwe, Sandra Onoha, Obona Alex, Ano Stephen, and Norma Chinagorom.
And please,
There
if you
are
have
7 in our list, and we have 3 here.
okay, please, if you have questions too that you want to ask on anything that's been taught, please just write them down. As soon as we're done with this, we'll put over them immediately. Please. That is here to answer your questions. He taught us on etiquette and cutleries. And many other things.
This one, Mr. Hygienist, is carrying seats. This is going to be an amazing session.
Please.
Right? Okay, so
You
you
have
use my
60
mic.
seconds. 60 seconds.
So it's elevator pitch style. You're going to pitch your idea in 60 seconds or less.
Hello everyone, my name is Subodna Hagwe, and I'm the founder of Big Team Digital Creations. What we do is we create softwares, and we are somehow going to SaaS. You know, if I'm a developer here, you know what it means by SaaS. That means software as a service. So what we are creating, and what we already started doing now is we launched a fintech app last week. It's a fintech app that helps to make payments online, do transactions, and because of that, although we want to have a POS terminal, but because of acquiring those things in, getting developers, both hardware and softwares, and software developers is kind of high due to Nigerian economy is kind of too harsh on developers like us. So we are looking forward to.
Okay, I said elevator pitch. Most big people you are looking for don't have that kind of time that you're using to explain this thing. So I'm giving you real life. I want to be realistic. If this was a pitch, you have lost me, because in these 60 seconds I did not hear what you are doing or what is different, what makes you different from every other person out there. Why should I be interested in your business? How much have you sold? You have not shown me, you have not told me any of that.
Okay, the last
So
one.
in one sentence, tell me your product, tell me one sentence, so tell me if you have sold anything, and then tell me how your product is different from every other product. One sentence.
Okay, the last 1 week we have done a transaction of over 3 million naira, and we solved the hustle of making payments online
Okay, so you sold 3 million naira.
in transactions.
Confirmed sales, 3 million naira.
Yes, over 1,000 users.
Okay, so but what makes you different?
What makes us different because we are automated.
Automated.
Yeah, our services are automated, so you don't need to go to any place to just do your transactions. Just with your phone or your mobile app, you are good to go.
Excuse me, moderator, collect mic. I want to ask you a question. Isn't most of these apps automated these days?
They are.
So you need to find out what your distinguishing factor is. Yes, you have traction, which is sales, but you have still not told me why I shouldn't use the nearest microfinance bank here, or the nearest online vendor, or the nearest different, because your fintech space has a lot of people. You have to know that. And one thing you must be clear in doing is selling your product. You may have sales, but anybody can have sales. It's all about what makes you different from the competition, because that's what's going to help you in the long run. So what you must do now, I like the fact that you are making sales. If anybody, any investor will just in his mind, oh, 3 million, that's nice. But what you must now do moving forward is, you must find things, you can tell me, okay, your transaction takes less time. Maybe if I do transfer, it takes you 5 minutes to enter my account. Maybe your own happens in 1 minute. This is what will now make me understand, okay, there's something different about your product. All right? Thank you. Next person.
My name is Anna Steven. There is a flight ride. Flight right now. It's a system that involves a tech guys and tech ladies working hand in hand with individual car owners to cope the needs of people who take flights, who use the airport, to help them, those coming and those going to and fro movement. It's the system. It can be an app or a website. This is an inventive idea. I've not put into work, but I think I can make use of it when the creator comes in power, the manager and the rest. So the tech guy stands as a link between the
moderator. You're hearing him, Abi? Because you will translate it to me in pidgin.
No, Shisha, not the year.
Try here and well, I beg.
Okay, in our system where we say he bring tech guy and individual car owners together to meet the need of people where they fly. Now, the individual car owners, I call them the board car owners because they can work from their time, with their own preferred time from anywhere in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. In this system or app, it makes this tech guy link them with the one who wants to use the flight, the individual, the consumer, will link them up with someone who has a private car that can pick them up from the airport or from where they are to the airport from the comfort zone.
Okay, that's nice. I understand what you're saying. The main question I will still ask, moderator. You know, I mean, you do this. Now we do this thing now.
Now we.
How far? If you there airport, you know if you book Uber or boat.
It's up. I think book up.
I call it flight ride because totally it's just for those who use flights.
Okay.
Okay, but the main problem I still asked, that's why I asked, if I book Uber or Bolt, won't it be cheaper?
Now, it saves those who work at the airport as airport taxis. It saves them the time they spend in the airport waiting for passengers. That's the people it helps more.
This would be better if you incorporate those airport taxi people. Because I know the airport industry very well. For somebody that enters flights once, I know. Airport people are very stingy with their market share. You want to compete in the worst shark-infested water ever. Even boats had to come to an agreement with airport people. So if you work your idea on such a way that you incorporate the airport taxi drivers and not alienate them, make them part of your solution, then they'll work with you. But if you say you don't want to work with airport people, then prepare for the battle.
Okay. 60 seconds. If you pass.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I run a cleaning service, like agency. I started it earlier this year, and it has been turned up to me.
Please, you need to be near them so that you will translate for me. If I don't hear, you will translate.
Okay. Will you use pidgin and tell me? You say waiting.
I run a cleaning service, and I started it earlier this year, and it has been a turn up to me.
Okay. So what's the business pitch there? You run a cleaning agency, and it began early this year, and then it has been a turn up.
Let me ask you questions. Give me an estimated number. How much transactions have you done this year financially?
I started little, because most times it's all these small.
I mean, total, your whole business you have done. Has it reached 1 million?
No, it has not.
How much have you done so far?
Like, I've gotten like 50.
50,000?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know why I always ask you about finances is that your sales tells us what the market is telling you about your products. Because sometimes somebody may have malaria. You know, this is the case of a mad person. Is that somebody you are mad? The person say, no, I'm not mad. So sales is us finding out to know if your business actually has traction or not. So one of the things you must work on, which is you must find ways to get yourself more out there. You must represent your business more. The time you spent trying to explain this was too long. If you meet somebody, hello, this is me, I do this, I do this, I do this, and my services are this, and this. And this is what it will cost you to engage me. Simple. So don't make it stretch too long. Hit the crux of the matter, which is you want to convert this person from somebody that knows you to a lead. And that's just the major thing you need to work on, okay? Network, maybe somebody may partner with you to build an app for you. There are people here, mobile developers, web developers here, that maybe want to get into the cleaning industry. They can partner with you and build you a mobile app. But the question now is, somebody in Lagos orders you to come and clean for them, how are you going to do that? So these are things you also have to consider. Are you going to hire more cleaners? Is it only something you want to do alone? These are things you also factor in while you are doing your presentation. My 2IC, you left me, I don't understand.
Okay, no, we have one more person for you. Quickly, just quickly. He said he wants to pitch something.
Who wants to pitch something again?
Yeah, he's coming. Please, if you have questions, just write them down, we'll take them after. So quickly, in the next 60 seconds, please, tell us your business pitch and he will answer you. 6 seconds.
The name of my startup is Asuza. Asuza is an esports management platform. Esports is short for electronic sports, where people play games at a professional level and turn it into a large league. So we've been in the Nigerian space, and we're trying to kind of create the platform that brings people in from all around Africa into the platform so they can use it and then they can grow their build professional profile. We've built our beta, we have organizations we've registered, and we have teams that have also registered. So what's left is just for us to push our product to the public. Thanks.
Okay, I get your concept. Proof of concept, sales. Any sales?
No sales yet. Our business model is basically micro transaction model and subscription model. So basically selling digital items like emotes, and people that make use of the platform have to pay to make use of it.
All right. So see what was going to happen. First thing you need to get across the line is sales. You need to get people subscribing, because I told you, investors are like sharks. Once there's blood in the water, they smell it and they come after it. So one thing you must do is you must make sure you gain traction through subscriptions. I know it's an industry people are interested in. The e-game, esports industry is a big industry, especially if you can work with all those online multiplayer modes that you can play with people all over the world. If you monetize those tournaments, crazy way of bringing in mad revenue. But two things you must do is that over time you must have to grow to work with those game companies. Then secondly, which is the most important right now, is that nobody will give you a dime of their money till you have shown that this thing can make money. So the first thing you must do, which is your first target, is we need to bring our first 100 customers. We need to bring our first 1,000 customers. We need to bring our 10,000 customers. If you can get 10,000 people paying for this thing, I assure you, investors will be begging you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have questions? Do you have questions from any section? Okay, 6 seconds, sir, please. The last person.
Questions. People have questions. Go around and collect the question. Right? You can pitch 60 seconds, sir. 60 seconds.
Okay. I have this idea. My name is Michael. I am an architect by practice. I came here to Umaya actually for a job, and while I was here, there was something I discovered that we couldn't get the linear workers will be looking for to do a particular job for us. Like, for instance, in the site, we needed carpenter. It wasn't easy for us to get. And also, other aspect of the job that needed to be done, we couldn't get who to do those jobs for us. So that idea came to me.
You are still moving out of tangent.
Yes.
When you have 60 seconds to tell somebody what you are doing, you don't need to tell me the history of the world or the history of your idea. I have to be very realistic with you. What you must do is to hit the nail on the head, which is, this is what I want to do. I am sold something.
Okay.
How this is going to make you money, because human beings are driven by self-interest.
Okay.
So tell me now, in less than 30 seconds, because I've already blown the first one.
Okay.
What you are doing.
The idea here is how to connect workers or artisans with those that will be in need of them via your mobile cell phone, like giving them a platform they can register their handwork, and then when you are in need of them, you go to that platform and get their contact or call them and contact them, and that can be done within a particular vicinity. So
okay,
that is the idea.
That is good. I like what you said. Simple. Two problems that I already see off the bat. Number one is that there are more than at least 50 to 60 platforms in Nigeria right now that do handle my services.
Yes.
You did not tell me how you are different from any of them.
Yes. Now, why this is unique is that if I am a carpenter, for instance, and I register in this particular platform, my information will be given, the detailed information about myself will be given in such a way that I can be.
And I came home proud, feeling smart, only to be sent back to Orapelu. Orapelu is 1,000,000 miles that begins with a step and ends with 1,000,000 panting, but that was the only place they sold recharge card. Would you blame me for buying sympathy card? Those days were not now, when every child is being trained. The tender age, they are being introduced to technology. A laptop for school, an iPad is cool. Those days when call centers were bubbling. Now, call centers are grumbling because everyone now has access to phones, even on their bed. No more Samsung blue eyes and flip-up beds. We are in a technology world. A world where we stay 100% connected every time, taking selfies, but we know they're selfish. We are always in video chats with our loved ones. That brings them closer. You can reach millions of people without even stepping out of your door. More easy, like saying, door. Google 24/7. Seek and you shall find. Every answer you need is on your fingertips. Just click it. You can also download emails, GPS, Netflix to record. Oh, what about Snapchat? What about social media if you get bored? Sometimes I wonder why people say life was easier years ago. Maybe because they were busy chasing to go. They wanted to have the highest star in to go. See, it's all about social media, but what do you do with your social media? To you, it's all about fun, right? You make fun, chat hard, tweet hard, sweet tweets. Babe, I dare your street. You build your walls with empty hands. They no feel lay egg. Grandmaster of date her. All you want to do is date her. The better life begins the very moment you recognize the fact that technology is not just a trend, but a friend to your business. See, a Rihanna's work can also be another foul soft work. Working hard, but we hardly working. No be Yahoo, no be cybercrime, no be cyber looting. This is all about you bringing your work to the future. This is about you thinking about the future of your work. This is about you joining technology. Like I told you, time is too slow for those who wait. Time is too swift for those who fear. Don't rush time. Don't lose it. Talking about time, it's time to go.
Talking about time, go back. Mama, you did well, bro. Wow. 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 Nice one. Nice one. Please clap for him again. Clap for him again.
When the time comes and the time waits, he has to go because I come and I go. In the TikTok and the social media and the Snapchat.
Hey! You know what? Clap for Abi.
You're not clapping for me. Hey! Wow, that was amazing. Can we put our hands together for him again, please?
Sure.
So if you know that you attended Tech Block 2022, day 1, day 2, can I see your hand up? Ooh,
wow,
that's
everybody.
Nice. Okay, so in 3 seconds, just tell me, how has your experience been so far for day 1,
30
day 2?
seconds, so.
3 seconds,
3 seconds.
It's been amazing.
Who else? Let me see your hand up. Okay.
You've got one thing right.
I had a new girlfriend. I've made a new girlfriend. I think she has gone, but that's my experience. I have a new girlfriend. I have a new girlfriend from here.
Wait.
His sister in the Lord.
Wait first. We can't learn. You can't carry woman go house. What do you want to learn with woman in the house?
Were you here yesterday and today? Okay.
Oh, technical knockout.
So tell me, how has the experience been so far?
Well,
Madam Space.
awesome.
You really had to.
Awesome. I really learned a lot from this experience. Like my
I get it. Right? I get it. Hi, hello. Hi, good evening. You look so beautiful. I've been admiring you from there. Did you attend yesterday and today? You attended today. So how has today been for you, the experience?
It's been very educational. Very.
You. Hello.
Wow. The host and the co-host, I also learned a lot from this event. I hosted yesterday and co-hosted today. And it's been an amazing time here, meeting new people, networking, learning from these speakers, and all of the things that came with this experience. And you must agree with me that we have to give a round of applause to the team once again, to the team that organized this event, that put this event together. Please, can you put your hands together for TG, for Mercy, for Mr. Bucci, and every other volunteer. I can't even mention their names. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting this event together. It's been an amazing time, and God bless you. Can we say God bless you to them? They did not hear it too.
And for 2 of us too.
And okay, yes.
Yes, and for both
so
of
for
us.
the host and the co-host for yesterday and today, what do you have to say to them? What do you have to say?
Okay, we love you. Would you love me or she? She.
Wow. All right, so we've come to the end of Tech Block 2022 in Umuahia. And it's my pleasure to say thank you so much for making it to this event and staying to the end of this event. This is where I sign out as your co-host, always. My name is Claire Onyekachi, and over to you, Randy.
Yeah, I've always said, like it was said in 1973, August 14th, Usman Danfodio made a statement. He said, conscience is an open wound. Only truth can heal it. The fact is, you've come here, you've learned, and you've now known the truth. So your future and the work is in your hands. I'm Randy. Take a night.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night.